Hi everyone, JRR here, and I'm going over militant actions, or proper militant actions, I should say. Proper military actions. Now, what I mean by this is, I know in the news they highlight when there aren't proper military actions. For example, a group of people are beating up prisoners, beating them up, humiliating them, things of that nature. And apparently they were given the okay to do so by their commanding officer. Fuck that noise. All of them should get punished. I was only doing what I was told. Yeah, but that's an unlawful action. You should know better. Law of armed conflict 101 states you should know better. You're in the fucking military. The United States has you as part of the volunteer force, per se. And I say per se because there's always a reason. They have you as part of this force to hold the trust of the country as best you can, because it's still a government agency. Not many people are going to trust your ass in the first place, but you got to at least try. But when you do stuff like that, that makes the whole image of the military go down the drain. It just does. It just destroys it. If there are orders that you can actually question because they seem unlawful, please ask. Bring it up. Throw a flag on play. Something. This doesn't mean if you're told something, if an order is you're in the kitchen and you're supposed to go off in the kitchen and cook things, and they say, you're making spaghetti today. Why am I making spaghetti? That's an unlawful act. No, bullshit. Make spaghetti. That's fine. That's dandy. That's terrific. That's a normal order. Cool, do it. We're going on a convoy. You're going to be up there as a gunner. Okay. I'm trained as it. Let's do this. Cool. Actions that are lawful, go ahead and do it. When there's actions that make you second guess yourself, you got a prisoner of war, he's neutralized, cuffed up, whatever, kneeling down in the sand, your command officer walks by, looks at you and goes, execute him. We don't have time for this shit. Kill him. The dude's unarmed. He's no threat. He's neutralized. He's already neutralized that. Why would I have to execute him? Because I told you to. So with all due respect, this isn't right. He's not a threat. He's not wearing any bombs. He has no grenades. He's literally sitting there almost butt-ass naked with a pair of handcuffs on. There's no threat. Now, if he gets up and runs at me and tries to bite my ass, then yeah, I'm going to shoot him in the face. But he's not doing anything that's threatening. He's just sitting there. And then the commander walks over and shoots the guy in the back of the head. That is more of an unlawful order. Things don't always have to be the end of life to be unlawful. They really don't. Come here, soldier. Yes, sir. Is that girl over there? Oh, you mean Aaron Schnackowitz. Random name. Aaron Schnackowitz? You mean Aaron Schnackowitz over there? Yeah. Raper. Excuse me? That's an unlawful order. It's one of those throw flag, holding, offsides, traveling. I mean, anything like that. Go grab her, go get a bra. Go take her pants. What the fuck, dude? Seriously? And you're the one in charge? And this is where proper military actions come in. Most orders are, in a war situation, most orders are given either as a heat of a moment item or as an issue of, hey, this needs to be done. And you're usually given facts about it, or enough facts that you need to know. Example, if you're going to assassinate Saddam Hussein, per se, and he was walking outside with a bunch of his generals, and they're just talking, and you got a straight beat on him, he's like, is this the enemy? Yes. It's confirmed from this distance that he is the bad guy. He's the one that's causing the war with everybody. He's the one trying to kill everything. I can take him out from here. Well, we want to bring him in alive. But if you do not believe you can do that with your squad, do as you see fit. That's going to be a little gray area because assassination is still assassination. I say this, but again, everyone's cheering about the Bin Laden getting shot in the head. I'm kind of iffy on that. That seemed very game-like. My personal opinion. Rappel down, shoot someone in the face. I mean, seriously? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. It just seemed too convenient. Takes forever to find this guy. Then you do find him, you just hop down and assassinate him. Okay, I guess that adds up. I do. Actually, that does add up. Because I remember one of my other rants, I went on about. No, I haven't gone on. I haven't actually made a video on those issues. I did touch on it a little bit. I kind of like the item is here. I kind of hit it just enough to where people notice I hit it. When I was talking about the superhero thing, I brought up the fact that most villains, if they could do the job themselves, they should just do it. In most cases, I can see how this applied to, of course, Bin Laden getting shot in the head. Because, oh, why would we give them a heads up that we're coming for them? Fuck that. Go down. Boop. Done. Okay, you can do the job. You got the job done. Boom. Done. But proper military actions, if it's a lawful order, or if it's something that you know doesn't make you second guess your own morals, or morality, or whatever, then it's okay to do it. That's the proper military action. It's okay. It's alright. Just go and do it. The reason why it's a rant is because some people tend to take leave of their senses. Oh, I was told this, I'm doing it. That's how basic usually brainwashes the military soldier, airman, marine, sailor, etc., 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 etc. That's how they usually get brainwashed to a point. But you have to understand there are morals, there are ethics. Fortunately for me, I'm in the Air Force. I say fortunately because they drill the fucking core value into your head. Integrity first, serve before self, and excellence is all we do. Integrity. Do not compromise your personal integrity to follow a fucking order. If the order is so insane that you know it's wrong, ask, question it, throw the flag on play. Now, if the guy seems insane, like if it's your commander telling you to kill somebody, and you're like, dude, seriously? And he points the gun at you, guess what? That motherfucker's gonna die. And I'm bringing it up to the IG after the fact, but the guy has a gun to my head. Fuck that. I don't need someone who thinks they're back in World War I thinking it's insubordination for me to ask a question over fucking orders that make no damn sense. Fuck that. Sorry, bub. You're down. Poof. As soon as I get a chance, I'm going to the IG going, hey, I had a gun pointed to my fucking face from my commander ordering me to shoot this guy. Unfortunately, I had to shoot him, so the commander didn't shoot me, and then blame the other guy and shoot him too. So, I gave examples like this, and people go, well, that doesn't happen. You guys don't really know what can happen with post-traumatic stress disorder. You don't really understand what it really, really means to be extremely paranoid. And what I mean by paranoid, I mean paranoid, as in this motherfucker probably can't even go out to the shops. He can't go to the BX without thinking someone's out to get him. So, you gotta keep mind disorders. This leads me to another issue, and I'm going to cover it real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. Because people are going to look at my video and go, you seem back and forth about proper military action. No. If it doesn't at all ruin any ethical standpoint or any morality, I have no problem executing the order. But if you tell me to kill somebody or rape somebody or steal their shit, I'm going to ask a question as to why. Which many people should. Like that group of soldiers that were beating up the prisoners. Someone should have thrown a flag. Wait, we're ordered to beat them up, but they're not even armed. They're neutralized. They're here. They're what's the word? It's not conforming. It's the other word. It's the C word that means that they are not conceding. Yeah, there's a word that's out there. It starts with letter C. I just don't. I can't think of it right now. My brain's like. But complying. They are complying. They are complying. That's the word with the C. They are in compliance. They are complying. They're complying with the orders we give them. They're moving around. They're not a threat. So why would we embarrass them? What would be the point? What would be the point? Making us look like assholes? So if someone asked that question sooner, they probably would have realized to stop that shit. But no, I was just following orders. Bullshit. I don't care if you're just following orders. Look at what you're doing when you just follow orders. Look at what you are told to do. And assess it. Assess it. Now, what I was going on about before I had to concentrate so much on remembering what the word comply was. Shit, that was funny. Okay, back to the other item. I don't have problems following orders. I mean, if it makes sense, it makes sense. But at the same regard, I'm not sitting here telling you to disregard or disobey every order in the book. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if it makes sense and it goes with your personal ethics, fine, cool, do it. If they ask you to cook spaghetti, cook spaghetti. If you're there in the kitchen and you have the equipment to cook spaghetti, then by all means, cook fucking spaghetti. If you look around and you can't find spaghetti, you just let them know, hey, I can't find spaghetti. So they'll usually look with you, and if they find spaghetti, then cook the spaghetti. If not, then be like, oh, well, what do you want me to do instead of spaghetti? You see, that's simple stuff, right? Can you check the water tower? Okay, I'll go check the water tower. No problem. No harm, no foul. Okay, I'm going to go check it. Whatever. Doesn't seem too far out, and I'm supposed to check it every month anyway, so I'm going to go check it. See, it's not that difficult. It's not that hard. But when orders come up from your supervisor or higher, and it makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Example, if you are a person who's used to repairing stuff and they tell you, oh yeah, by the way, go get an M16 and shoot the first cop that gives it to you and bring me the gun. Excuse me, why? All this leads back to my initial point, which I keep saying I'm going back to that point and I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. But going back to that point, there was a guy who was a psychologist and they wanted to deploy him. Now, of course, by filling out the contract, it says he would deploy. By default, it says he would deploy. But when he found out where he was deploying to, he's like, no, I cannot fight my own people. Soon as something like that comes up, soon as that came up, somebody, anybody with half a brain should have been like, hold in, we got a technical foul. We got a technical foul right here. So the first day he went back to his office, should be like, someone should have called up and be like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. Could you wait there for a few minutes? Yeah, sure. Okay. Get the fucking cops. Let them know what the situation is. Hopefully you let them know the day before. Hey, this guy says he can't go and fight his own people. Well, let's put this in perspective, shall we? If he says, as a member of the United States military, I don't know if he's Air Force or Army, I'm sorry, I really didn't pay attention. I just heard he shot at some place up and it just fucking blew my mind. I think he's Army. He's an Army psychologist. But he said that he could not fight his own people. He could not fight his own people. And he's in the United States, which means the States obviously weren't his people. It was where the United States was having a war with Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. I'm not 100% sure where he was classifying as his people. But once you hear that, that means he sides with the other side, the enemy. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there a guy called Benedict Arnold that did some shit like that? Who turned traitor? Wasn't there... I don't know. Even in video games, wasn't it the same logic? Emperor, which is like the United States, and then this psychologist who thinks he's Darth Vader, who thinks he's going to overthrow the whole United States by going nuts. No. When you hear a line like, I can't go after my own people, or I can't fight my own people, you take them out of the equation entirely. I don't mean kill them, I mean you take them out of the equation. Okay, you no longer have access to this, that, the other thing. We're going to check your house, make sure you have no weapons, so you don't go after innocent people. Well, you're just being discriminatory. No, 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 no. Most military people have access to guns, especially if you have enough rank to where you can just bullshit your way through getting access to a gun. No, no, no. Neutralize them. Sit them the fuck down. Get them with their commander and another psychologist and sit them the fuck down and find out what the hell is going on. Because he's not going to fight his people, then he's going to fight you. That should have been common fucking sense right there. That's 1 and 1 making 2. That's fucking Power Ranger logic. Power Ranger logic. This is a Green Ranger. He's here to kick our ass. Yeah, but if we can neutralize his ass and talk to him and find out what the fuck is going on, we can get him on our side. Logic! In this case, it was the same thing. He says he's not going to fight his people. Guess what? That means if you're going to war and you're sending someone out there and they realize they're fighting their people and they say they're not going to fight their people, that means they're going to fight you. So am I upset that it happened? Yes, I am upset that it happened. I know it happened a while ago. This is why I leave time before I even bring it up. I'm upset it happened. I am. But at the same time, it's one of those things. You should have seen it coming. I'm not going to fight my own people. Then you know what, motherfucker? You have no more access to guns. You no longer have top secret clearance. You're no longer going to talk to people who come back from war. Because what you're doing as a psychologist, I know how psychologists can be. No, not because I went to one. No, I know common logic of human beings. If you want to turn people in on something, being a psychologist is the perfect spot to do it. Because think about it. People who come back from war, fighting his people, why were you fighting? Why were you fighting them? Did it make any sense for you to fight them? Why are you fighting someone? Why are you fighting a group that is completely innocent in my view, but this group over here that you're actually part of are fucking tyrants? Then he has more than enough time to sow seeds of doubt in everybody, and yet people don't seem to get the common logic. I can't fight my own people. Motherfucker, you're in the military. You signed a contract saying you're going to go and defend the U.S. Constitution, but now you're saying you're not going to defend the U.S. Constitution, which is against your contract. You're going to be neutralized immediately. I'm not saying put him in jail. I mean put him under house arrest, keep a close eye on his ass, and do whatever you need to do, short of actually executing the guy, unless you have absolute proof. And even then, when y'all had the right to execute him, y'all shot him in the shoulder or some shit and neutralized him. Figure that one out. He goes out and kills people, and then they just neutralize him with a bullet. That's not quite dead. Whatever. Look, the way I'm saying, for basic military action, is this guy was ordered. This guy was ordered to go to war, pretty much. He was ordered to go out and fight. A lawful order because of his contract and everything else. His personal ethics came in. I cannot fight my own people. His personal ethics came up. There was a clash. And instead of bringing it up fully to where, well, he probably did bring it up, to be perfectly honest. Now that I think about it, he probably did bring it up, saying, look, I can't go. I will not fight my own people. I'm not going. Why did no one do anything to keep a good eye on him? That's just food for thought. And I'm going to leave you all with that because I want you to think about this for a minute. I'm not saying fight every order you're given. I'm not saying question or challenge every order you're given. If the order is simple, fine. If the order is according to contract, fine. How are you defending the United States by embarrassing prisoners? You're not. How are you defending the U.S. Constitution by shooting people in the back of the head for no reason or in the face for no fucking reason? You're not. If a guy says he cannot fight his own people, that means he's not going to be defending the U.S. Constitution from them. That's a security risk. Deal with it. There's 501 rules and regulations on dealing with computer threats. Deal with the personal threat. Amazing. Unfucking believable. Good night, everybody.